What's up, guys? This is Ed from Elite Savage, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new idea, something that I haven't done before. So the idea is that I want to make two different decks with one exact engine, right? So the first deck that I'm doing is going to be a true Draco Numeron deck. It's actually kind of smooth. It's very surprising. I hadn't played True Draco in quite a minute because, True Draco is one of my favorite decks. But the other deck that I have been playing for quite a minute now, and I've actually been using to, play against my friends and win a lot of matches against my friends is Mekk-Knight. So I'm going to go ahead and make a Mekk-Knight Numeron deck. This one is actually really interesting, and I've actually clapped a lot of cheeks with this online. It's actually really good against the Draco deck too, which is surprising. But the thing is that I've also incorporated a Neos package, a Rainbow Neos package. It's really good. It's really interesting. I'm going to be showing you guys the deck profile. Hopefully you guys like. Comment down what you guys would change on either deck and tell me which deck you guys think I should actually focus on building, because besides building Numerons, I'm actually on the process of picking up all of the Dragma stuff. As soon as it comes out, I'm gonna get all of it. I'm trying to get the deck out for you guys, and I'm trying to have it together. So the reason why I want you guys to vote, my fault, sorry, is that because I don't want to have two sets of Numeron cores and then a true Draco Numeron and a Mekk-Knight Numeron. I just want to have one and see what you guys like, so I can get a couple of good deck for a good deck profile for you guys after that, and a good live match against maybe another Dragma player. We'll see what comes, but please go ahead and vote down below. Let me know what you guys think on the comments, and let's go ahead and get into it. One last thing, guys, before we get into the deck profile, don't forget that our tournament is almost about to be finished. So I decided to record everything for you guys before I was able to, release anything, because I didn't want you guys, having one video and then waiting a long time before you guys got the next video. So interesting little thing is that videos probably will be started sometime next week. Hopefully I am shooting for Monday. If you guys get the first video on Monday, it's more than likely going to be PK Orcus versus Trickstars. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You guys are gonna see the decks. I'm gonna finalize the bracket already. I should be almost finished with it. You guys are gonna be able to see the bracket. I'm gonna be releasing only 2 decks at a time. So every time you guys see a video, you guys will be able to see who's fighting right now. And if it's already the second video, you guys are gonna see who fought and who's fighting currently, or dueling, right? You guys won't get any spoilers. You guys won't see what the next decks are. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, so getting into this profile, I want to let you guys know straight out of the top with this Mekk-Knight Invoke deck that I wanted to get as many Mekk-Knight monsters as possible to play. So that's why I added the yellow. I was actually playing at Eclipse as well, but since I got my deck to about 42 cards, I didn't want my deck to be super bricky. So what I did is that I just cut it down and I just did 3, 2, 1, as you guys can tell. So 3 purple, 2 blues, 1 Eclipse, a red, and a yellow. Of course, those are the best Mekk-Knights that you can play. Yellow is just a monster, just an extra Mekk-Knight monster just for the names. Sometimes opening up one Mekk-Knight can actually help you out a lot. So let's go ahead and continue. I only played 2 Numeron Wall. I've actually found it that Numeron Wall's effect to discard itself, to be able to get the field spell, it's not that great sometimes. It's because of my Mekk-Knights. So I think Mekk-Knights are really good because the reason is that you can actually get your opponent to negate anything with any of the Mekk-Knight monsters. They're kind of afraid of letting some of the Mekk-Knight monsters activate and or having their effects resolve. So they will kind of negate, destroy, get rid of, pop. If I'm playing Eldritch, they're going to Conquistador one of my Mekk-Knight monsters, which is actually really interesting, which is something that I've came across with a lot of players, because I've played a couple of Eldritch players, and the first thing that they do is that if I special summon a blue, they're going to go Conquistador. So now it's just like, okay, whatever. I have the field spell in hand. Let me do this, right? So one of the things that I do is that I do wait for my field spell for it to be one of the last things that I do activate. And it's actually worked kind of spicy. let's go ahead and continue. I played 2 of the Elemental Hero Neos, but it's kind of interesting because a lot of people only play 1. But the thing is that I played two fusion monsters in my extra deck. So what I wanted to do is that I wanted to play 2 so I can try to see if I can get one negated or destroyed, and then get the other one actually brought out later. So one of the things is that with Numerons is an OTK deck. So so some of the times I'm actually able to just special out 4 Numeron monsters out to the field with, you know, the whole field spell effect, right? But then after that, I'm able to just fusion summon and then just bring out 1 Rainbow Neos, and that's it. This okay. You know, sometimes I just go effect, pop one of my Numeron monsters, send it to the graveyard, right? And then Rainbow Neos' effect to get rid of their whole board, their whole monsters out of the way, right? After that, you got to play the 1 white dragon and the 1 dark dragon, just for the fuck of it. You know, you could just play 2 of 1. It doesn't really matter. 2 Ash, 2 Ogre. Ogre is going to be really, really busted in this next format. A lot of people are actually starting to see it. My friend Charlie hit me up. He's like, yo, hey, you got an extra set of Ogres? I was like, got you, buddy. After that, this is kind of interesting. This is just more of my tech. I play 2 spell books. So the 2 blue boys, it's actually kind of interesting because you don't really need to play this, but throwing your opponent off is actually really interesting because you can just go blue boy, normal summon, add. You know, one of my friends was like, what the fuck are you doing? You playing Dark Magicians? I was like, no. Let's go ahead and continue. You got to play the 3 network because Network's actually a really, really busted card. To be able to do it every turn, once per turn, I'm sorry, it's just stupid. Terraforming because terraforming. Calling because you only really need to play 2 calling. If you're playing 3, that's just overkill. You don't really need it. It can be bricky, can be cloggy. Whenever you open up, especially a network and a calling, it's just like, you know, it's like, okay, whatever. After that, you're going to go ahead and play 2 of the Neos Fusions. Like I said, I have 2 of them in my extra deck. I have had come to situations where I don't OTK just because they had like really strong monsters or they just they barely took any damage. So what I do is that after that, I end up going into like Avermax, and a lot of people really can't get over Avermax. But if I do go into Avermax afterwards, I have World Legacy Succession, so in case I need to special anything back on my next turn, I will. After that, I got 2 secrets because, like I said, you want to get the blue boy going. You got to get 2 knowledge because you want to get rid of your blue boy and draw 2 cards. It really trips people out whenever you use blue boy because a lot of people aren't really used to like seeing blue boy around anymore because, you know, Magician Souls. But I just don't think it's optimal to play Magician Souls quite at this moment. 3 Call by the Graves, 3 secrets, World Legacy secrets. A lot of people aren't playing this, but World Legacy secrets, one of them with multiple Mekk-Knights on the field, means that your opponent can activate certain monsters on certain columns. So if you have a Mekk-Knight on the column of the extra monster zone and another one on the other one, whatever monster they summon out from the extra zone can activate their effects. I know it's stupid, it's retarded. You can actually activate the trap card without having a Mekk-Knight on the monster or a level 5 monster or level 5 or higher monster in the graveyard to special summon. You can just activate it and not special anything out, which is actually stupid. But that's just how the card is. 3 imperms because you want to imperm your opponent. You play 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 imperm. I'm sorry, 2 Ash, 2 Ogre, 3 imperm. Nasty hand traps every day. You got to play the number 1, 2 of. You got to play 2 of the number 2s, 2 of the number 3s, 2 of number 4s because you want to OTK. You play 1C1. Sexo because, you know, it's a Sexo deck. If they get rid of your Sexo, you're still chilling. On your next turn, you can just special back whatever. And because, like, you know, my opponent, I've like kaiju'd my opponent and I've set on it and I'm like, damn, if I kaiju my opponent and I'm not able to do like a follow-up play, so like I'm not able to like prevent them from summoning out from their extra deck. So like if you guys aren't able to prevent me from summoning out from my extra deck the other 4 monsters that I have, it's an OTK, baby girl. That's just what it is. Let's go ahead and continue. 1 Mekk-Knight Morningstar. He's stupid busted, take no damage, doesn't get destroyed. Avermax. I play in this one, I play Verde Anaconda, but on my other one I do play Masquerena, which is actually really good, which you can play Masquerena here and you can just sub out your Masquerena for one of the Rainbow Neos in case you ever want to shorten out that package whenever you're siding. The side deck here, don't really look at it. It's just stuff that I was brainstorming with. You know, like I said, I was trying to do 2 Eclipses, but whatever. Now let's go ahead and get into the second deck profile so you guys can see that one. All right, guys, so getting into with the second deck profile, this is a little something interesting that I've actually came up with. Like I said, true Draco, so let's go ahead and get into it. You got to get it to the basics. You got to play the 1 Knuckles, because I wish he was at 3, honestly. You got to play the 3 Ignis, Ignis Heat. You got to play 2 of the Majesty's Maiden, and then I play just 2 of the walls, because I told you guys what I think about the wall. I think the wall is okay, but it's not that great, let's be completely honest. So Kaijus. Let me get into Kaiju a little bit more. Like I said, I think this deck is really busted because you don't necessarily need to OTK your opponent with this one deck here. If you OTK your opponent, fuck, dude, that's awesome. But if your opponent just so happens to be playing Numerons too, bro, you chilling, bro. There's a lot of things nowadays that you really just gotta Kaiju away. I'm that one guy who's the clownest nigga on the team, and I've been playing Kaijus for like a fat minute now. And actually, everybody's been getting upset because if I don't Kaiju like their Savage, or if I don't Kaiju like something that they just have on the field that they can't, you know, that they have to have on the field for me to, in order to lose. Apollosa, if they still play Apollosa, whatever. Ooh, I need to do this. I need to touch up my beard. Let's go ahead and continue. Diagram, because Diagrams have 1, 3 network, 1 terraforming, 3 heritage. I've seen people that are playing it at 2. I think 3 heritage is more than necessary. I think that Disciples is more than necessary. So don't forget that all of these back row cards pop back row. So it's just kind of dumb if it's kind of, let me be completely honest, it's dumb as hell if you're going to cut down on those resources, because now you don't have to play Cosmic Cyclone, you don't have to play Twin Twister, none of that. You can just pop them or tribute them away and then pop their back row, right? Let's go ahead and continue. After that, you got to play 2 Calling. You got to play the Memories of Hope. So in this one, I play it just because I think that it's a lot more necessary in order for you to be able to go through your stuff. On Mekk-Knights, you kind of just go through your stuff without actually needing to, because you have like the Spellbook engine and whatnot. But if you want, you can cut the Spellbook engine and you can throw those cards in there, right? 1 Upstart. I know this is 41 cards, but I'd rather play 40 cards than play 40 cards within 41 cards, right? So I just thought that Upstart was just going to be a lot better, because, you know, it doesn't fucking matter if you're going to give your opponent 1,000 life points, because with one of those attacks that you do that could be 8,000, it's more than necessary. 3 Called by the Graves, because your opponent is going to want to call by the grave. So let's say that you have one of your True Draco monsters in the graveyard. They're going to want to call. Let's say you have one of your spellbook cards, like Disciples, and you're trying to shuffle your True Draco monsters back into the deck. There you go. My fault. They're going to want to Ash you in a certain situation like that. And I think Ash is probably one of the things that is going to hurt this deck the most, especially because of Hope. But you can just go ahead and Call by the Grave and call it a day, baby girl. 3 Apocalypse. Apocalypse is going to be more than necessary with the True King's Return. If True King's Return is have more, it'd be better. I think that there can only be 1. It's not really a necessary card to be playing at 3, but I think that if you play it at 2, it's more than fine, because you can stop your opponent from let's say he activates Network, and then you just go, there can only be 1. What the fuck is he gonna do, right? He can't do anything. He's gonna summon out one of those end his turn. Okay, buddy. Imperm to be able to negate your opponent's Exo. Let's say you go second, just Sexo, whatever. After that, Judgment, because you want to negate the summon of a big monster like Savage, Sexo, anything that is going to be an issue to your deck. You want to be able to do it. Most of the stuff that, you know, people play nowadays, the True Draco can get over, which is not going to be an issue, which is one of the reasons why I love this deck. But just in case of anything, you got Judgment. After that, I do play I played 2 Sexos in this one, so 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, a 1 C1, which is like normal. And then I played 2 Sexos in this one just because I didn't have anything else to play. Honestly, True Draco doesn't have an extra deck, so at the end of the day, you have to be able to make up what you're gonna play in the extra deck from everything else, which is gonna be your Sexo monsters, your Numeron monsters. My fault. I play 1 of the Infinitrack monster, this Mega-Collapse. He's really good. He's stupid busted, unaffected by monsters unless the monster is an Xyz monster. So that actually makes him busted. So 1 Avermax and 2 IP Mascarenas. I think that's more than enough. You honestly really do have like 2 free slots in this extra deck that you can switch out in and out, because you can take out a Sexo and play something different. You can take out the second Masquerade and play something different. I just put that in here just for, you know, shits and giggles, you know, like, hey, you know, why not, right? It's just, there's really not much that you can really throw into the extra deck for a True Draco monster. Let's be realistic. But this was my deck. This was my build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this True Draco Numeron. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Today's video was just really for me to get my feet inside of the Numeron deck. I've been playing this Numeron deck for well, the Mekk-Knight one for at least like 2 weeks now, and I've been playing the True Draco one for maybe like 2-3 days now. I've actually I hadn't said anything to my friends. I didn't want anybody to know that I was building this deck yet, because I know that every time that I play a True Draco deck, my friends call me a clown or whatever. They just hate True Dracos, but it's one of the decks that makes me the happiest, so that's the reason why I play it. So tell me what you guys think. Comment down below if you guys know anything better that I could play in this decks, or anything to spice up my decks. Please let me know. Ratios can be changed. I'm not close-minded on it, but I'm actually really happy with some of the ratios that I play with this deck. Like, I'm actually not too happy with Judgment. I don't mind changing Judgment's ratios. I can play 2, I can play 1. I don't care. I can completely change it as long as you change my mind and you tell me why you want me to change the ratios and if it's actually going to benefit me or not, right? If you give me a good reason to why it's going to benefit me, then hell yeah, hands down. More winning, good reason, right? Hands down, bro. But this was Ed from Elites of Each. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, guys, to buy your Dragon Shield sleeves. They're the best sleeves out in the market. You know, I always have a pair or 2 or even 3 boxes on my desk, because, you know, guys, you always gotta have them. You know, let me show y'all some, man. Yeah, some of these boxes aren't empty. Like, I use these on the daily. Some of these are new. I haven't even fully sleeved up my deck yet. Well, I fully sleeved up my deck, but I haven't, like, you know, there's like 60 sleeves that comes in this. You know, I play 42 card decks, man. I have so many extra sleeves. I buy 2 packs. That honestly almost covers me for like 3 decks, man. Sometimes I don't even sleeve up side deck, because side deck sometimes I share it. So if I sleeve up 1 side deck, I got 2 side decks on the real, right? Don't forget, guys, hit up DNA. I will put their link down in the description. Hopefully you guys can check them out online. They do have everything you guys need, all the Dragon Shield products. They have all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed products there for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoy. This was Ed from Elites of Each. Have a wonderful night, guys. Take care. Rayados, man. Let's go. Good night.